I was 15 years old, that glorious age when hormones are raging and your brain refuses to function. And of course, I was blessed to live next door to Miss Perfect Body Ashley. She was a senior with a body like a goddess and a habit of sunbathing by the pool in a bikini smaller than my socks. One hot day, I decided to accidentally trim the bushes in my yard, which just so happened to give me a perfect view of her pool. I stood there, trembling with the hedge clippers, trying not to stare like a total idiot. Meanwhile, Ashley, completely unaware, dove into the pool, came up, and her skin glistened with water droplets. God forgive me, but this is better than any Netflix series. I was so absorbed in the observation process that I didn't even realize I had trimmed the bushes down to nothing and was just snipping at air. That's when I heard her voice. Hey, Jason, are you serious? I looked up and saw her standing there, arms crossed over her chest, staring right at me. Her look said it all: you're an idiot, and you're done for. My cheeks burned brighter than her pink bikini. I opened my mouth trying to say something. I was just, the bushes. The bushes, huh? Well, I'll tell your mom you have a talent for gardening. My entire world shattered. I forgot she had a direct line to my mom. She threw me a devilish grin and walked inside, leaving me standing there like a frozen mannequin. 5 minutes later, I heard my mom coming out to the yard using her scariest voice. Jason, were you spying on Ashley? I turned around. There she was, arms crossed, and right beside her, Ashley, barely holding back laughter. No, Mom, I was just checking if the bushes were even. Mom glanced at my even bushes, which now looked like mangled cabbage, and said, well, since you're such a botanist, you have a new task: trim the lawn with scissors. All of it. By tonight. Ashley winked and walked away, leaving me under the blazing sun, cursing my hormones, my hedge clippers, and the day I decided to become a creeper failure.
So, my name's Jessica, and this summer, my family decided to go on vacation to Florida. You'd think paradise beach, cocktails, palm trees, but we're talking about my family, which means everything was doomed to go to hell on the very first day. My dad is a walking disaster. As soon as we arrived at the hotel, he decided to check out the pool. I hadn't even unpacked my suitcase when I heard a scream. I step out onto the balcony and see my dad standing in the pool, wearing a t-shirt and socks, trying to grab someone else's inflatable flamingo. Dad, what the hell are you doing? I didn't steal it. I thought it was ours. The flamingo, by the way, belonged to a 3-year-old girl who looked ready to call the FBI on her kidnapper. Mom decided the trip wouldn't be complete without a family photo on the beach. You know, those perfect shots where everyone smiles with the ocean in the background? Well, in my family, it's not everyone smiles, but everyone looks like they just survived a hurricane. While Mom tried to line us up for the shot, Dad tripped over a seashell, fell into the sand, and accidentally shoved my grandma into the ocean. Grandma climbed back out, soaked like a sea lion, and came at Dad with her fists. Were you trying to get rid of me? And in that photo, instead of smiles, there's Dad with a terrified face, me laughing like a horse, and Grandma threatening him with her cane. So much for a paradise vacation. But the best part came at the end of the trip. We decided to have dinner at a fancy restaurant. Everyone dressed up like we just stepped out of a movie about rich people. I'm in a dress, Mom's in a dress, even Dad's wearing a shirt. But of course, with socks and sandals. We sat down, and Dad decided to be all classy. He raises his glass and says, "Here's to this being the best trip of our lives." And naturally, at that moment, he brushes his sleeve against a candle, sets his shirt on fire, waves his arms around, and accidentally spills wine on the waiter. The waiter looked like he was about to get fired from life. "It's fine. Everything's under control," Dad shouted as we tried to put out the flames with napkins. Best trip, damn it. This was a trip that the hotel staff will remember for a long time. Now, whenever I hear the word vacation, my eye twitches, and a voice in my head says, "Stay home, Jess. It's safer for everyone."
I was 16 and I finally got invited to the coolest party of the year, the one everyone talks about at school, but no one really knows who's hosting it. I thought this is my chance to become a legend. I walked into the house, the music was booming, the air reeked of beer and cheap perfume. My friend Max immediately shoved a plastic cup filled with something suspiciously pink into my hand and said, "Drink up. This will take you to another level." I probably should have asked what it was, but my brain decided tonight we were living by the motto, "Don't think, just drink." 20 minutes later, I was dancing like I was being electrocuted. Suddenly, I saw her, Lindsay, the girl of my dreams. She was standing by the kitchen, smiling and looking at me. I thought, this is it. My moment. I walked over trying to look cool, but my legs betrayed me and I slammed right into the wall. Lindsay stared at me and not knowing what to say, I blurted out, It's it's a spy move." She laughed. I thought I saved it. But then Max burst into the room with some idiot wearing a dinosaur mask and yelled, "Who wants to see a firework in the bathroom?" A firework. In the bathroom. I rushed to stop the circus, but I was too late. Max lit some kind of firework masterpiece, and within seconds, the bathroom exploded with foam, smoke, and toilet paper. My foot slipped on the wet floor and I crashed headfirst into the tub. Now I was soaked, covered in foam, and looked like I had just been spit out of a washing machine. When I walked out of the bathroom, the whole crowd was laughing like it was the finale of a comedy show. Lindsay came up to me and said, "Well, at least you're fun." I thought maybe this wasn't so bad until I heard a voice. What the hell is going on in my house? It was Lindsay's dad. I stood there, wet, foamy, with pieces of toilet paper stuck to my head. My brain scrambled for an excuse, but all I managed to say was, "Hi, I'm cleaning," very aggressively. The cops arrived 10 minutes later. My mom picked me up from the station repeating, "I told you parties are a one-way ticket to jail." Now, whenever someone talks about that party, everyone knows it as the bathroom apocalypse and me as that guy with foam and toilet paper on his head.